Nobody voted for Elon Musk except for the 77 million Americans who voted for Trump to essentially appoint individuals such as Elon Musk to do exactly what he's doing. It is mind boggling, gobsmacking, awe striking how the so called Democratic Party is having this absolute meltdown about Elon Musk and his work at Doge. Now, I want to put this into perspective. The richest man in the world, worth essentially $500 billion, is working a part-time job in the U.S. government, going through the books of government or going through the finances of government to see where our money has been going. Keyword, our, right? Because every time government is spending, that means, that's right, it's you and I's money. When your government, whatever country you may live in, when your government says that they are spending, it means they're using your money. Okay? So when we have the USAID scandal, what's the great scandal? Oh, Elon Musk has pointed out the fact that every year upwards to $40 billion is being spent on nonsense. Absolute garbage. $50 million have gone to Gaza for rubbers. $1.5 million, and let me put that into perspective. $20 million spent by the government equals to 1,000 Americans' yearly taxes. 1,000 Americans' yearly taxes equals 20 million. So when you hear something like $100 million has been spent, blah, 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 do the math. How many thousands of Americans' entire year's worth of taxes has gone to that nonsense? I don't want a single dime of mine going to transformer surgeries in the middle of Serbia. I don't want a dollar, I don't think Serbia wants that. Okay? I don't want 15 million going to DEI in the middle of Cambodia, Bermuda, wherever that. I never asked for that. And so Elon being the problem is actually just, it shows the level of desperation that this party has gotten to. And I'm going to throw in not just the Democrats, but also the Rhino Republicans, those who are very quiet about it. You know, I saw a tweet and it was perfectly articulated. I don't know what we call it anymore. It's not a tweet. What is it? It's X. It used to be Twitter, so it's a tweet. What is it now? To hell with it. It's still a tweet. So you have the loud left and the quiet right. Those who are loud on the left trying to essentially fight and combat Elon tooth and nail. Those guys are the problem. Period. Those guys are the problem. But there's also another problem, and they're on the right, or purport themselves to be in the middle. The likes of Bernie Sanders, right? Crazy old whack job. You like Bernie, I don't give a damn. He is not only childish in his policies, they're non-existent, airy-fairy sort of policies. Everything is free and nobody's going to have to pay for it. Oh, except for the billionaires who then aren't going to exist because they're going to have to pay for everything. And then that takes them away from billionaire status. Oh, they won't even live here in the first place because who would want to build a business in a place that is going to tax you 50+%? So, you know, there's that whole thing with him. But there's also the whole receiving money from, the healthcare industry and things of that nature. Right? Pharmaceutical companies, et cetera, or employees, according to him. It wasn't the companies, it was employees. Okay. So you have individuals like that who are remaining very silent about the good work at Doge that Elon and the boys are doing. Shout out to DJT for putting into position every person he's put into position. That's a consummate businessman. Hate him or love him, he is a man who understands how business works. And the most successful businesses or the successful business owners are ones who can put people in position. Just a real quick digression, but you'll appreciate the story. Henry Ford was essentially brought into some sort of lawsuit. So he's in court and they're basically questioning him. Oh, it's like a monopoly case. They're saying, does he have a monopoly on the industry? And, you know, they're grilling him at the stand. And somebody basically says, you didn't even have a true education. You never even graduated high school. You never da 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 da. You're not even that smart. And he said, well, I'll tell you this. I might not remember the day that this war happened or that this thing happened or that these events took place. But I do know this. I have a button in my office that I can click, and somebody who has that answer, much smarter than I am, will come in and give me that answer. And that to me, it stuck with me for a lifetime. Right? A wise man is able to leverage the information necessary from everybody else. That's why Trump in his first administration, he said, you know what, honestly, I didn't pick the right people because I didn't understand the landscape. I didn't understand. I'm a New York guy. I didn't understand Washington, D.C. He had spent all of like 17 days in D.C., right? For those who may be outside of the country, even outside of the know, you may not understand, like D.C. is its own incubated space. Right? 92% of DC voted for Kamala. It shows you the type of people that are there. These are the swamp creatures, majoritively, right? There's still some folks who are not that, but majoritively that's the collective that you will get out in DC. So you have those on the left who are yelling, those on the right who are remaining quiet or poking the bear a little bit, right? Well, I mean, Elon should be, the government should be audited. However, it shouldn't be an outsider to do it. You know who should be auditing the government? Get this. This is real. I'm not making this up. I'm not even this creative enough to come up with this type of stuff. You know who should be audited? You know who should be audited, right? No, it's not. Excuse me. You know who should be auditing? It's not Elon because he's an outsider. It's not it's not Trump because does he have the time and of course, it'll be unconstitutional, right? Because it's supposed to be the Congress. Congress is supposed to be auditing. Oh, so Congress is supposed to be auditing Congress. Okay, got you. So you're telling me that if my business was to get audited, I should be auditing my business. That sounds fair, right? Because that's as much sense as that makes. The government is supposed to be auditing itself. The people who took the money and misappropriated the funds, that's a nice way of saying corruptly pocketed the money. So you're telling me that the very same individuals who caused the problem should not be solving it. And I should not trust an outsider, not just any outsider. This isn't some dude who was dragged off the street and he was trying to make, a living or whatever it is. This is the richest man on the entire planet who has made it his day job to go through the books, to look through the financial statements of the government and see where the hell money is being wasted. The very same man who went into Twitter when it was still Twitter. He bought it for 40 million, even though it was worth barely 40 billion when it was barely worth 20 billion. But he freed the damn bird, turned into X, and he X'd out 80% of the workforce who were essentially pointless workers. The app got significantly better after that transfer of power. Okay? Anybody who says otherwise, you do not remember Twitter. It's gotten significantly better as a platform with 20% of the staff. That guy right there, I want looking at my dollars. Where the hell did our money go? Simple as that. And it is only the corrupt individual, the one who was misappropriating those funds, the one who is wasting that money, the one who is pocketing my dollars and your dollars. That is the only person who is going to fight against it and is not going to be standing up for it. So everybody is under investigation with me now. Everybody, and they should be with you too. Y'all city council people, y'all mayors, y'all representatives, y'all senators, y'all representatives in the House, your Congress people. These individuals should all be under a microscope right now. Nobody should get the benefit of the doubt. Nobody. Not your president, not Elon. No, nobody. But you should be looking. Who is opposing your money being saved and being put in the right place? Who is opposing corruption being unveiled, underneath the so-called, let's say, international development through USAID, where the money never makes its way, or the Department of Education, where a fractile of a percentage is actually going to education, to the actual schools themselves. And a lot of that money is just being pocketed. When they talk about ending homelessness, like in my home state of California, ending homelessness, so $23 billion is put into the ecosystem in order to at least better the situation, only for the situation to get worse than it ever has in the state's history. That should be scrutinized. At the very least, should be scrutinized. And at the very worst, I guess, for those individuals, it should be litigated. This is not retaliation. If you go to jail for corruption, it's not retaliation. That's why they've been trying to pull this entire thing. They use lawfare to try to ensnare DJT. They wanted him unalived, didn't work. They wanted him in prison, didn't work. And so now they're using, the old Marx trick. What did Marx say? Marx said, you should confuse your enemy. Accuse your enemy of doing the thing you're doing in order to confuse them. So accuse them of doing what you're doing. Anytime I want to know what it is that these demons, these democrats, these rhino Republicans, anytime I want to know what these corrupt politicians, these enmeshed bipartisan neocons, when I want to know what they're doing, all I do is look at what is it that they're blaming everybody else for. So Elon, they're blaming him for being corrupt, for being an oligarch, for being, influencing the political sphere with his money and Y'all have been doing that forever. What about Soros? Are we not going to talk about the guy that y'all have bowed the knee to? Look, if you're going to have your billionaire, at least have him in the open. Elon, who was a lefty most of his life, at least the guy's in the open. You can see him. You know who he is. Y'all still deny the fact that you have a host of multi-billionaires, elites, who are funding this entire political regime that has now flopped. I mean, it's actually sad, guys. I don't know if y'all saw this. Good Lord. I didn't think I was going to bring this up during this video, but you know what? By golly, we are here, and let's just enjoy this cringe. So I'm going to end this with this right here. My girl just sent me a message on our way home. Beautiful. Yeah, good timing. I could use just the sound of other human beings in here right now, because this is just depressing. So let's get into it, and then we'll wrap. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Tell me. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? We'll fight against Doge. We'll fight Elon Musk. No Elon's kept within our walls. We'll fight from dawn to dusk. Oh, which side are you on? Which side are you on? Tell me. Which side are you on? Which side are you on? Trump's coming for our...
If you sent a single dollar to this, you deserve a refund. God honest truth. I'm not even trying to be funny with you. Deserve a refund. If you sent a single dollar to the Harris campaign, the Biden campaign, the DNC, like we need to get one of those like TV lawyers. Have you been in an accident in the last, like one of them type of dudes? Like, you need to be compensated for this, because this is a monstrosity. This is atrocious. This is purely diabolical. And I'm so sorry.
I used to be afraid of the dark, a place unknown like a heart in their heart. I used to see my life in the bar. Now the kids unchained, every shackle is lost. 2 steps in the moonlight, 2 step in the daytime. You just know when it feel right. You got a feeling the time's night. See you through those shades that I just threw on. Through my lenses, you just can't do no wrong. I fell in love with myself again. I fell in love with myself. I fell in love with the sunshine. I fell in love with the light. I fell in love with the full moon. I fell in love with the night. I can see the light again. I can see the light. You can see the life in him illuminate the night. I know the time is taking. A 3, 6, 5, that's a full rotation. I see you looking up, you know them constellations. Constantly gazing like house of praises, you get to praising.